Xbox just held their 2025 Summer Game Showcase, so it's time to go over my highlights from the show. Let's talk about them. Hello there everybody, and welcome to The Comfy Spot. My name is Tyler, and today we're going to be talking about Xbox's 2025 Summer Games Showcase, and more specifically, my highlights from the show. Overall, from top to bottom, I think the show was a pretty good show. I would probably give it, if I was doing a letter grade, I'd give it a B. If I was doing a number grade, maybe a 7.5. Overall, it was not a bad show. It was definitely a good show. I enjoyed myself with it. There were some disappointing aspects. There were some major highlights, but overall, great show. So with this video, I wanted to talk about my main highlights from the show, the games that really stood out to me, the ones that I am walking away from the show the most excited for. So without further ado, let's get right on into them. First up is going to be The Outer Worlds 2. We got a brand new gameplay trailer for this game, a story trailer at that, I should say. And then after the entire showcase was over, we got a solid 30 minutes just talking all about The Outer Worlds 2 with Obsidian. The team went very in-depth about gameplay improvements, systems that they're doing, the story, the world, factions, so on and so forth. And we also got a release date, October 29th, 2025, coming to Xbox, PC, and PS5. Of course, it is a Game Pass game as well, Game Pass Day 1, and it will be supporting Xbox Play Anywhere as well, which is Xbox's service, which allows you to basically buy a game on one platform and have access to it on any other platform that supports the Xbox ecosystem, and your saves cross over, your progression crosses over. It is just a seamless transition with one purchase, which is really great. And as a note, every game in the showcase supported Xbox Play Anywhere, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a moment. But back to The Outer Worlds 2, this game, it looked awesome. I liked the first Outer Worlds, was not the biggest fan of it, but I did enjoy it. And the Outer Worlds 2, with this gameplay trailer that we got here, when it first started up, at first I was like, okay, it looks cool, it's looking dope. I'm into this, I'm interested, I'm excited by this. But it wasn't until the direct at the end of the showcase that I was like, whoa, actually I'm very hyped, I am very excited for The Outer Worlds 2. When they were talking about the different traits and the flaws that'll be in it, the different types of the new weapons that they're bringing to the table, the new gameplay improvements, the story, everything about it was just really speaking to me way more with that big deep dive direct that we got at the end of the showcase. And coming off the back of Avowed earlier this year, I'm definitely way more excited for The Outer Worlds 2 than I was, 6-7 months ago. So The Outer Worlds 2, a definite highlight for me. One key thing to note though, The Outer Worlds 2 is going to be Microsoft's first $80 game. Unless some other game is going to be $80 before it comes out from Xbox first party, this is their first party $80 game. People are not happy about that. I expected it to be this game when Microsoft announced a couple months ago that, actually it was maybe like 2 months ago, after Nintendo said Mario Kart World was going to be $80, and then Microsoft announced that they were going to be doing price hikes as well, and they said that starting this holiday season, some of their first party games would be $80. That basically said to me Outer Worlds 2 was going to be an $80 game, so I'm not surprised that is the case here. I know some people are going to be disappointed by that though. There is also like a $100 special edition that gives you a couple days early access and other bonuses and perks and stuff as well. It's par for the course when it comes to just gaming these days, and especially Xbox first party as well. So hey, it's an $80 game, Outer Worlds 2. It looks like it's going to be fun though. I'm interested in it. I'm intrigued by the story. It's cool that we're going to be at a different colony. You're playing as a different main character, different stakes involved and everything. So hey, I'm excited. This was my first highlight from the show. So yeah, Outer Worlds 2. Looking forward to it. My second highlight from the show is going to be the brand new game from Double Fine. Yes, I got that prediction right. Double Fine appeared with their brand new game. It is not Psychonauts 3. It is a completely new IP, completely new franchise, new idea. This game is called Keeper. You are playing as basically a sentient lighthouse. This lighthouse that fell over and then it grew legs, and now you're basically playing. It's a 3D adventure platforming game where you're playing as a sentient lighthouse. You have this like bird companion that's with you, it looks really cool. I'm digging the art style with it. It has this really like handcrafted, painterly aesthetic to it that just really strikes a chord with me. I really like it a lot, and I just love the colors, everything about this game. It looks really wholesome. It looks really interesting. It looks really fun. I'm sure it's probably going to be a very heartbreaking story. If anything, you know, if I get any indication from this trailer, I'm getting the feeling that like it's going to be tugging at the heartstrings in some regard. But nevertheless, you know, Keeper is looking dope. I'm very excited for this game, and it's coming out later this year on October 17th. 2025. In their announcement, they said that it's coming to the Xbox ecosystem, so Xbox on consoles, Xbox on PC, Game Pass, and then Steam as well. It does not look like this game is going to be coming to PlayStation on day one. If it is, maybe that's something to be announced at a later date. Perhaps it's something that is announced now and they just didn't announce it in their trailer. I did not see any mention of PlayStation 4 Keeper on the Xbox Wire blog post that like kind of rounded out and summarized everything from the show. So it looks like Keeper is going to be an Xbox ecosystem exclusive for the time being, and of course it'll be on Steam as well. But hey, nevertheless, I am excited for Keeper. Let me know if you are as well down in the comment section below. My third highlight from the show is going to be Invincible Versus. Man, I did not expect to see an Invincible fighting game in this showcase at all. Definitely took me by surprise when it first started. I thought it was this other game, Dispatch, that's about superheroes, a narrative like visual novel type one, but nope. As soon as I saw a character fly through a car, I was like, oh no, this is Invincible. And man, it looks fantastic. Visually, it looks great. The combat is looking awesome because this is also a 3v3 tag fighting game. So yeah, just add another one to the list. We got PlayStation with Marvel Tokon, and now we got Invincible F Versus coming out as well. And this is coming out at some point next year. No specific release date or anything like that. But I am so excited for this game. I gotta catch up on Invincible. I've only seen season 1, have yet to watch season 2 and season 3. But of course, you know, we got Mark confirmed, we got Eve confirmed, we got Mark's dad confirmed, blanking on his name, Omni-Man confirmed, 2 other Viltrumites confirmed as well, and then another hero from, you know, that's on Earth and everything. I feel like I know their name, but I'm blanking on their name. Regardless, 6 characters were confirmed. The game looks awesome. The combat looks really intense and bloody and just as graphic as you would expect from an Invincible fighting game. So hey, I'm all in on this one. Hopefully, you know, it gets its own time to shine because it's going to be competing again with Marvel Tokon next year, which, you know, that's already got like a whole lot of fanfare behind it already. So hopefully Invincible Versus can live up to this first impression, land, be a great game, be a solid game, and, you know, have a lot of legs to live on into the future. So hey, Invincible Versus, that is my next highlight from the Xbox Game Showcase. Highlight number 4 from the Xbox Game Showcase is going to be the game At Fate's End, coming from Thunderful Games. This is the team that brought us the game Spiritfarer. This game, you know, similar to Spiritfarer, we have a 2D hand-drawn art style here, beautiful animations, beautiful colors and visuals and everything. But this game here, man, like the story, the trailer we got here really like implied a whole lot story-wise, gameplay-wise. It looks like we're playing as this girl, and we're gonna be going through family issues, family drama, more or less, and you know, we're learning about the history of our family. There's this whole card system involved as well. There's the card system in regards to combat. We'll be like getting into battles with our family members and hashing out our family issues during the battles as well. It just looked so compelling. I was just utterly just enthralled by this game the entire time it was on screen. You know, aside from it being one of the more visually distinct trailers, visually distinct games from the showcase, just everything about it just screamed for me. It was just calling to me in a way that I just wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting that at all. So At Fate's End, I'm very excited about this game. We'll definitely be playing this when it comes out, or at least I will try to play it when it comes out. You know, hopefully I'll be able to make time for it. You know, never know how things are going to turn out, but we know it is coming out next year. It's an Xbox game, PC game, PlayStation as well. Of course, it is also a Game Pass thing. It's an Xbox Play Anywhere thing, just like every other game that was in this showcase. So hey, at Fate's End, I'm super excited for you. Cannot wait to learn more about that one. My next highlight is going to be Beast of Reincarnation. This is that like Souls-like of sorts that's coming from none other than Game Freak of all studios. I mean, not surprised that, you know, Game Freak does things outside of the Pokemon franchise. We've seen other things from them before, but was not expecting a Souls-like from them. But even though it is a Souls-like, and there are more than enough Souls-likes in the industry as it is right now, currently and on the horizon, this one did stick out to me because of it's unique, or I say unique, but the setting, the environment, the vibe of it just seemed very different from what we typically see from Souls-likes, where they're either like this real ominous Victorian aesthetic or gothic aesthetic, trying to like really ride off the coattails of like Bloodborne and like FromSoft tone and vibe and visuals of what those games do. But this, very different. Yes, this is like a post-apocalyptic thing, but this one seems more like it's based around in nature and in the woods and the forest and everything. And we're playing as a woman named Emma, I believe was her name, and she's in a forest. She had her wolf in her, and there are like these robots and these corrupted, blighted creatures that we're going to be fighting and dealing battles with and stuff. And it's set in the year 4026. So there's just so much about this that really just caught my eye. Visually, it looks very, very good. You would never think that this is the same team that makes the Pokemon games. Performance-wise, though, yeah, it makes it. This is from the team that makes the Pokemon games. But nevertheless, you know, performance stuff, they could hash that out in the meantime. The game is coming out in next year, Xbox, PC, PlayStation 5. Very excited about this one. It is a Game Pass game as well, so it'll be on Game Pass on day one, whenever it comes out in 2026. And my final highlight from the Xbox Game Showcase is going to be none other than, of course, the reveal of Xbox's handheld that they've been working on in collaboration with Asus ROG. This is that ROG branded Xbox handheld that we've heard about for a while now. We've heard rumors of it, we've seen mock-ups of it, but it was officially announced, it is officially a thing, and it is called, there are two models of it actually. We have the ROG Xbox Ally and the ROG Xbox Ally X. All right, the ROG Xbox Ally, it's white. It comes with 512 gigs of storage, an AMD Ryzen Z28 chip, and then a 16 gigs of memory as well. And the ROG Xbox Ally X, it comes with 1 terabyte of storage, an AMD Ryzen A1 Z2 Extreme chip, and then 24 gigs of memory. So the Xbox Ally, you could think of it as like basically being the Series S version, and the Xbox Ally X as being the Series X version of their handheld. And we don't know too much about like pricing or pre-orders or anything like that, but Microsoft did confirm that it will be releasing this holiday season. So we don't have to wait too long for this thing to be in our hands. This is very exciting for so many different reasons, and in the interest of keeping this video short and not getting too long with it all, you know, there have been rumors about Xbox doing a handheld for a long time. Phil Spencer confirmed last year that Xbox was working on a handheld, and you know, there were the reports that they were working on a handheld themselves, but also rumors and reports that they were working on a handheld in collaboration with Asus on an ROG Ally that was basically an Xbox branded ROG Ally device. And this is the one that we got. And I mean, there were in recent weeks, there were reports that Microsoft was basically quietly putting to the side their own internally developed Xbox handheld in favor of focusing on like the Windows 11 handheld devices that are out there and this ROG branded Xbox handheld. So it makes it weird. Here we are. Here it is now, and honestly, it looks like what you would expect. I am interested in it though, for sure. They did confirm you'll be able to play your games seamlessly on it. You could download your games natively on it. You could stream from the cloud. Of course, Xbox Play Anywhere, very crucial part of this because doesn't does you any good if you can't just have your game seamlessly transfer over from console or PC to this. So of course, Xbox Play Anywhere is going to be key for this. It's going to have like a Xbox UI. It's not going to be using like the Windows UI that you might see on some other Windows-based handheld gaming devices. Going to have its own Xbox UI. This is all focused on gaming. You'll be able to have Discord on it. You'll be able to even have other PC gaming stores on it, such as Steam. They even showed that in the video, in Steam and Battle.net. So it's very exciting stuff for sure. The Xbox Ally X, the higher tier version of it, is also going to have impulse triggers that you have on Xbox controllers right now, just to further push home the point of, yeah, the Xbox Ally X, this is the premium one. This is for the hardcore of the hardcore who want the best performance, the best experience you could possibly get. So it's all very exciting stuff, and even more exciting for some people out there, they did confirm that Hollow Knight Silksong will be available later on this year when the Ally and Ally X come out. Whenever that is in this holiday season, by that point in time, Silksong will be out and Silksong will be playable on it. So Hollow Knight fans, you got a little bit of a bone right there. It was very interesting how they just had this footage playing on the renders of the Ally and the Ally X. But hey, we got the official reveal of it now. Now we have to wait to find out how much these things are going to cost. I would not be surprised if these things are going to be pretty darn expensive, especially when you consider that Xbox just recently raised the price of its consoles and its hardware and its accessories across the board, basically, by pretty significant numbers as well. So I would not be surprised if this Ally and Ally X is gonna be roughly the same price as the consoles currently are. We'll have to wait and see what that ends up looking like, and we'll have to wait and see, but going along with those prices, how these things end up performing on the market. There is the Steam Deck out there right now, which has been doing pretty good for what it is. The Switch 2 just launched as well. So, I mean, granted, it is not one-to-one PC gaming handheld. Switch 2 is a dedicated console hybrid type thing. And it also has a Nintendo backing behind it. But regardless, it's going to be very fascinating to see how the Ally and Ally X perform when they come out later on this year, sales-wise, how they perform, and when it comes to game performance on them. I cannot wait to see the Digital Foundry reports on just how these games are running on it and just how powerful it is, what it's doing, so on and so forth. It's going to be very interesting, very fascinating time for Xbox going forward in the future. I mean, hey, this all goes into Xbox again moving away from just being about the console and having Xbox in every place they possibly can. Xbox on your TVs, on your laptops, on your phones, now a dedicated handheld gaming device. Fascinating times for sure. That was my last major highlight from the Xbox Game Showcase. Now, with those being my highlights, I did want to just mention a couple shout outs real quickly, just a few things that I also want to shout out from this event, not going too in depth about them. Number one is both the Final Fantasy VII Remake and 16 announcement for Xbox at long last. Final Fantasy 16 is out today on Xbox, which is awesome. If you have not played the game already, definitely go ahead and play it. It's a good game. I did a review for it on my channel, so if you have not, that was the very first video I actually put out on the channel. So if you haven't seen my review of it, by all means, go ahead and check it out. I think it's a good game. Not perfect, it's flawed, but still a good game nonetheless. And Final Fantasy VII Remake, the integrated version specifically, that will be coming to Xbox later on this year, specifically winter, they said. When in winter, who knows, but winter is when we can expect Final Fantasy VII Remake integrated to be coming to Xbox as well as a Nintendo Switch. Square Enix did confirm it'll be coming to the Switch 2 this winter as well, so that's exciting stuff right there. The next shout out I want to give is for Persona 4 Revival. Yes, we got the confirmation, the announcement officially that Persona 4 is getting a remake similar to how Persona 3 did, and it was the briefest of teases with very just like environmental shots of the classroom and a street and a town and all, and then a really quick scene of the protagonist walking down the street or running down the street, and that was it. And they said, yep, this is it, we're working on it, it's coming when it's coming. It didn't get a date and none of that, but it's a thing. So hey, you know, got that other confirmation, got that other prediction right as expected. So that's exciting for sure. I also want to shout out Resident: A Plague Tale Legacy. I forgot about the Plague Tale franchise, but this is a prequel to the second game, Requiem, and it follows one of the supporting characters from that game, Sophia. This is set 15 years before A Plague Tale Requiem, and it's going to follow her and her story and her journey and how she kind of gets wrapped up in the macula and all that stuff. It looks awesome. It is coming next year. I am very, very, very excited about that. Of course, it is a Game Pass Day 1 game, play anywhere, and of course, it's going to be on PlayStation and PC as well. So very exciting stuff. And the last shout out I wanted to give is for the end of the showcase. At the end of the showcase, before the One More Thing, Phil Spencer kind of gave us a tease about 2026 and how next year, 2026, marks the 25th anniversary of Xbox, and how next year we're going to be getting the next entry in the Forza franchise, whether that be a new Forza Motorsport or a new Forza Horizon, who knows, how Gears of War E-Day is going to be coming next year, how Fable will be coming next year. And then he did not say, he was very coy with his wording here, but to paraphrase, he said, and also the return of a classic franchise has been with us since the very beginning. That can only mean Halo. That's all it can mean, and all but, you know, confirming that. And if we're doing Halo, it's almost certainly going to be that rumored Halo Combat Evolved remake that's been, you know, speculated about for a while now, that I predicted we might see here. Of course, we did it, and even then I was like, it's a slim chance, but maybe it'll happen. I mean, it seems likely that they are confirming that we're going to be getting, well, slightly soft confirming that we're going to be getting the Halo Combat Evolved remake at some point next year. Meaning, 2026 is going to be a big year for Xbox between Halo Combat Evolved remake, Gears of War E-Day, Forza, the trio that held down the 360 generation, and then Fable coming back, returning from the original Xbox generation. Perfect Dark, seemingly, possibly, maybe, coming out next year. Clockwork Revolution, possibly, maybe, coming out next year. There's a lot to be excited about for Xbox next year. Also, next year is going to be coming off the back of the Xbox handheld with the ROG Xbox Ally and Ally X. It's going to be a big year for Xbox in 2026 for sure, and I'm very excited to see what the year looks like once that time comes around. So those are my highlights from the show. Let me know what yours were down in the comment section below. If I have any critique, I mean, I guess I have more than one critique for the show, but my two main critiques specifically, not necessarily about the show itself, although one kind of is, that being doing your once, you're like, oh, our one more thing, and having it be Call of Duty Black Ops 7. No shade to COD. I like COD. Black Ops is cool. But like saying, oh, we got one more thing, and then showing us this trailer, and it's such an intriguing, compelling trailer. It's so mysterious. I'm just like, what's going on? What is this game? What's happening here? Then to find out it's Call of Duty Black Ops 7, it's just like, oh, okay. I mean, that's the one more thing. Like, I guess it was to the point where I forgot Call of Duty wasn't in the show up to that point, and then it happened. I was like, oh well, obviously this is gonna be the one more thing, because of course it's gonna be a Call of Duty this year. But like, it's not the most exciting thing to end your show on. I was like, ooh, one more thing, by the way, here's this very vague, mysterious trailer. What could it be for? It's Call of Duty. So disappointing right there. And then for me personally, I was a bit disappointed by Clockwork Revolution. I've been looking forward to that game for a long time. Well, I say a long time. Since it was first announced, I've been excited about it. And to be clear, I do think the game still looks good. It looks like a really good game. For me, my disappointment with this trailer that we got for today stems from the fact that it's not the game I thought it was going to be. I was thinking that it was going to be more of a single player, linear, campaign focused first person shooter. Instead, it's more of an Outer Worlds type of game where it is a first person shooter, but it's a first person shooter RPG where we got all the dialogue choices and the character building and the so on and the so forth. And that does not make it a bad game. It still looks like a really good game. I was just disappointed because that's not what I was expecting from this. I was expecting something different. I was hoping for something different and craving something different. So then to get this, I was just like, ah man, that's got another RPG. Man, it just hit a bit. I was just like, it took a bit of the excitement out the sails for me. The abilities in the game look cool. The story and the concepts and all the behind that seem very interesting. I'm excited by all that. But just the game itself, it being an RPG and not just a story-focused first-person shooter, did disappoint me some. But then again, this is coming from In Exile. You know, they are known for doing CRPGs. So I guess I should have expected this to be an RPG. Then again, the very first trailer, the announcement trailer, didn't do it any favors in implying it was an RPG. But hey, those are just my the two little gripes I have with the show. I normally don't give gripes in these highlight videos, but in this case, it was just really nagging at me, so I did want to briefly mention it. All that said, though, I did enjoy the show start to finish. Like I said, I would grade it a B, maybe a 7.5 at the highest end. It was a good show. We got some cool games here. Some games were but most of the games here were really cool. I was very interested and excited by many of these. I want to know more about a lot of these games. Let me know what you think about the Xbox Game Showcase. Did you enjoy it? Were you disappointed by what was shown? Was there a game here that you were hoping for that did not appear? Did you like everything that was shown? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. Again, leave a like on this video if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already either. And hit that notification bell. That way you know as soon as new videos go live. My name is Tyler, and this has been The Comfy Spot. We'll talk next time. Have a good one.